Hello, everyone. Good to see you. I'm off camera today because, frankly, I could not be bothered to get gussied up to go on camera. I didn't feel like it, so I thought, okay, we will be off camera today. What difference does it make? Not at all. Welcome to the first stream in Trump's America. How are you? So, we are expecting a rash of executive orders, including one pertaining to the transgender issue and DEI. Imagine that we live in a time that we've come to a point in history where the President of the United States has to sit down and put pen to paper to declare that a woman is an adult human female. This is where we've come, this is what we've arrived at. It is absolutely necessary, but I find it sad that we've reached this point. Before we get to that, though, I did want to mention some this and that tittle tattle. So I don't know how many of you follow British politics, but the former First Minister of Scotland, Nicola Sturgeon, who basically sacrificed her political career at the altar of transgender insanity. Well, she's been in a bit of trouble, and her husband has been in a lot of trouble. They have now separated, if not divorced. I'm not sure what the status of their marriage is, not that it matters, but she has been shacking up, and don't let your minds wander, although plenty have, with the crime and mystery author Val McDermid. And when I saw a picture of them together, it reminded me that I have not given a book recommendation in a long time. And I was reminded of how much I love Val McDermid's books, some of which have been dramatized beautifully. I would recommend A Place of Execution. That's a good one. The Mermaid Singing is also a very good one. The Distant Echo, which is brilliant. Basically, and The Wire and the Blood. Those are the 4 Val McDermid books that I've read, and I highly, highly recommend all of them. Hello, everyone. It's good to see everybody in chat. Next up, you all might remember that dreadful incident from last year where a maniac, a teenager, murdered 3 little girls who were taking part in a Taylor Swift dance class in Southport. The killer was identified as Axel Rubicabana. I want to make sure that I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's Axel Rudakubana. Now, at the time, it was said that there was no link to terrorism in this terrible situation. Well, guess what happened? Today he pled guilty to everything, the murders and everything, including, guess what, terror-related offenses. It turns out that this kid was referred to the PREVENT program, which is an anti-extremism program in the UK. He was referred 3 separate times. He was stopped on another occasion by his father when he had ordered a taxi to go and basically commit a whole series of murders at his school. He was apparently very inspired by American school shooters. When he was caught, he was found with an Al-Qaeda training manual, and he was producing ricin, but there was no terrorism angle, according to the authorities at that time. I'm going to be discussing this case tomorrow. I don't want to take up too much time today. The cover-up of this case has been massive. And there is a Keir Starmer angle to it. So I cannot wait to see the fallout from this mess. Whether or not this could have been prevented, that's an open question. But one thing that seems to be absolutely certain is that there were a lot of people who knew about it and decided to cover it up, which was incredibly, incredibly serious. And Keir Starmer cannot put a foot right. If you ever go to Twitter and you read his tweets, just take a look at the responses. This is not a popular individual. That's all I'm saying. Now, last night, our very own Raven Star did a stream, and she had a little visitor. The witch from the north decided to pop in and make her presence known, during which, she was just looking for excuses to call people transphobic and insult them and drag them and, try to vilify them in the court of public opinion. Well, one of the points that she made was that if a woman gets a hysterectomy, it doesn't mean that she's no longer a woman. Well, yes, thank you very much. I've been making the same point for years. You could have given me credit for that, but instead you chose to run with it as if you were doing something. Well, here's the thing. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. A woman who has had a hysterectomy is still a woman. Correct. You know why? Because only women can get hysterectomies. Only women have a uterus and fallopian tubes and ovaries. That is part of being a woman. So if you are going to say that a woman is still a woman after getting a hysterectomy, then you clearly have a vague idea of what it is that a woman is. So then why in the same breath are people who think like you then going on to say, but if a woman wants to transition to being a man, she can get a hysterectomy, go on testosterone, and now she can be identified as a man. Well, which one is it? Either a woman is a woman, whether she has a uterus or not, and remains a woman, whether she has a uterus or not, or she's not. That you can do this magical transformation and become a member of the opposite sex. No, you cannot. And this endless, tedious conversation about conflating sex and gender, people who think along the lines that I do and who agree with me, do not do that conflation. That is a you problem. It is the radical transgender allies and activists who are the ones who conflate gender and sex, which is how we've gotten into this mess. I mean, imagine that we are living in a day and age where a member of parliament, David Lammy, who, God forbid, is now the fucking British foreign minister, actually said at one time, let me see if I can find this amazing quote. He was asked, is it transphobic to say that only women have a cervix? Get a load of this response. He said, I understand that a cervix is something you can have after various procedures, hormone treatment, all the rest of it. No, it fucking is not. David Lammy. A man cannot grow a cervix. A man cannot grow a uterus, fallopian tubes, or ovaries, which is why a human male has never been pregnant in the history of humanity. The end. And this is the British Foreign Secretary. And I was going to say he's probably the stupidest member of parliament, but I think that that's an exaggeration, but only a very slight one. Believe me, he's got a lot of stiff competition. But at last, in the United States, we are finally about to put an end to this madness. Thank God. Now, of course, each and every executive order that is signed is going to be challenged in court. I know for a fact that the executive order that he's going to sign on birthright citizenship flies in the face of the 14th Amendment, and it will be challenged in court, and I question whether or not it'll be able to hold up to constitutional scrutiny or legal scrutiny. He can sign whatever he wants. The thing is that saying that a woman is an adult human female is an obvious point that I think all of us recognize. Those of us who have common sense, and we don't have to be biologists. We don't have to have special training in medicine. We don't have to phone a friend. We don't have to get into all of that nonsense. We know what a fucking woman is, and we know what a goddamn man is. And the fact that now it has to be enshrined in certain language in an executive order, to me, on the one hand, it's a relief, and on the other hand, it is a complete and utter goddamn embarrassment. So, some of you need to get your talking points straight, or just stay out of the debate. If you can't keep your talking points straight, then you have no business forming part of the group and you have no business taking part in the conversation. And if the only thing that you have to say after being shown how wrong you are is to then fling around ad hominems, you lost. You're done. You're out of the club. Right. Now, I found an amazing video today. And I admit that I found it because a video of Obese to Beasts popped up. And I thought, oh, hello. I don't watch him. I don't really like him. I'm not fond of him. But I thought that this clip of Tess Holliday was terribly amusing. And I thought that we might watch it together and have a little bit of a conversation about it. So let's hear it.
What in the fresh hell is this? Fashion gets real. Creativity for everyone. Isn't everyone so creative? I just want to know if the creativity is in the room with us, because the lack of diversity on this,
oh boy,
especially because the cover says creativity for everyone, is baffling.
Okay.
They have one model that has a darker skin tone.
Okay, so I see that Tess Holliday is still doing her white savior act. You know, Tess Holliday, who always knows how to jump on the trendiest causes, whether it's being the white savior of, you know, black folk or Palestinians or whomever. But so here she is to complain that there's only one black model. Okay, fine. Point taken. Let's continue.
It's all the same body type. When is it getting real? Because this is real crappy.
Is it?
This is real crappy. This is real silly. It's real silly. This is absolutely just not okay. This is not
really
what we collectively want to see in fashion. There's so many models that are so diverse that could make this cover just... And where are they?
Meaning you, right, Tess? Because you can't get a job, because you're unhireable, because nobody will take you on for a campaign. That's what she's saying. You know, she's still trying to push this body posy thing that everybody has left behind in the dust. This healthy at every size bullshit that she has been pushing for years. But I'm going to let her finish. She doesn't have much left.
They're not working, I'll tell you that, because I'm sitting in a Red Robin parking lot right now, meeting with a friend. Not on set. Like so many of my friends and colleagues. I don't understand. I don't know if this is because this is what Zach Posen sees for the future of fashion, and maybe this is what he saw for his vision for Gap. We haven't traditionally seen a ton of, you know, diversity and inclusivity from Gap, but we have seen varying amounts throughout campaigns, especially the last few years.
Right.
We are kicking off 2025 with this to look up to.
The horror.
Something to be excited about.
All right, so I have a few things to say about this. Now, a lot of people were pointing out that the reason that Tess Holliday can't find work is because she's pushing 40, she's past her sell-by date, because she's covered in tattoos. I don't think that's the reason, okay? Tess Holliday was always a problem, always. When she first got her start, the reason that her career kicked off was because she had a big social media following, and a modeling agency decided to take a chance with her and sign her, knowing that she had a big following and that a lot of people would be interested in perhaps buying the clothes that she was modeling, because she was obviously a role model to plus-size women. Well, here's the problem. Here's where she fucked up. I don't think it's about the tattoos. I think that she could find modeling work if she was a more conventional size. I don't think it would not exclude her, let's say. The tattoos wouldn't be a non-starter. I think that we've progressed as a society to the point where a model with a tattoo or 2 or 3 or 20 is not the issue. The issue is that when Tess Holliday first got her start in modeling, when a model does work with a brand or with a photographer, they have to send over a sheet with their specs, their measurements, their weight, and all that, and their size, and she was lying consistently on these sheets about her specs. And so she would show up at a photo shoot and the clothes wouldn't fit her because the clothes were too small. If she said she was a size, 20, and she was actually a 22 or a 24, then you have wasted an entire day, either because they can't do the shoot or because you have to bring out the assistants and they have to cut the clothes and pin them in the back and do all this jiggery pokery, which it would have been unnecessary if she had told the fucking truth about her weight, about her size, her measurements, and everything else. She can't walk. We saw her on the runway modeling, I believe it was Moschino, and she could not fucking walk, and she was not wearing heels. She was waddling up and down the runway. She could barely move. Her knees wouldn't bend. And so if you cannot walk a fucking runway, you're not going to get runway work, period. End of story. That and the fact that partly it's her outspokenness on a number of social issues that might have turned some brands off. They don't want to deal with a model who has such strong views on issues that might be divisive to a buying public, let's say. Or maybe it was the fact that she ripped off her viewers with her F Your Beauty Standards merch line, for which she was heavily criticized. She's been very controversial and very antagonistic. And she is now, I would say, she's a good 100 pounds heavier than she was when she got her start. She still has a beautiful face. Nobody can take that away from her. But in terms of modeling clothing, no. No. So she can sit here and she can complain about a lack of diversity all she wants. However, there's another element to this. Remember what happened to Victoria's Secret when they decided that they were going to, quote unquote, diversify their angels? Remember what happened? Remember what happened when they were using, athletes like whatever her name is. I can't remember the name of the soccer player. They used her as a model. They used other models that are, let's say, not the typical Victoria's Secret model. And guess what happened to their sales? Guess what happened? They went right down the toilet. Why? Because the majority of the audience for those angel runway shows, the majority of the audience consists of men. All right. Men who want to buy, who want to look at good-looking women in their unmentionables. Men who might be interested in going out and buying this underwear for their girlfriends, their wives, maybe even their moms, right? We know one of those. And people were turned off by the ad campaign, and Victoria's Secret finally had to admit defeat and say, you know what, we're going to go back to our normal, collection of models who knew how to show off the underwear the way it was meant to be shown off. It's meant to be an aspirational line. We're meant to be kind of, setting an example, not for women necessarily, but just in terms of you look at the model, you think, wow, I could look really sexy in that too. Okay. I find it very interesting that even Rihanna didn't hire her for her Savage X Fenty collection, which is meant for larger, it's meant to accommodate larger bodies. So the fact that Tess couldn't get a gig with them tells me everything I need to know. She's too big. She's incredibly unprofessional. She's a liar. She has a history of running grifts and scams. And there you go. What are you going to do? So that is Tess Holliday's problem. Her problem is not the Gap. It's not Vogue. It's not Zac Posen. It's not the fact that there's a vast conspiracy against her in the fashion industry. It's the fact that she is the problem. She is the problem. Not to say that there aren't a ton of women out there. God knows I see them in Connersville, okay? We see them all over the place who are larger, who need to be able to buy clothing that fits them. And, we're well aware of that. It is Tess Holliday that's the problem. And she cannot accept that, and that is just tough. If she wants to continue to be delusional, fair enough. But the world has moved on. Nobody is buying this healthy at every size horseshit. Nobody is buying this body posy shit anymore. You know, when some of the body posy and healthy at every size influencers started dropping dead from obesity-related complications, well, we ended up here. And people were like, well, wait a minute, maybe diabetes isn't healthy. Maybe heart disease isn't healthy. Maybe all these terrible weight-related complications aren't healthy. Maybe it isn't healthy to be so obese that you run the risk of losing a child or not being able to carry a child to full term. Maybe. Yes. Right. And you know what's funny about what you just said, Rachel? Somebody pointed out, if that Gap ad, or that Gap spread on the cover of Vogue had included Ashley Graham, Tess would have said that she wasn't fat enough. She would have said, oh, she's skinny fat. You know, she's on the lower end of the spectrum. Well, yeah. And she looks great, by the way. I don't think that anybody would object to Ashley Graham strutting around in underpants and a bra, or appearing on the cover of Vogue, or in any fashion spread, right? So, because as far as Tess is concerned, plus size modeling is, well, that's a whole other thing, Jarella. That Virgie Tovar story is unbelievable. And guess who hired her? The city of San Francisco. A fat consultant. Virgie fucking Tovar, one of the biggest grifters on the face of the earth. Yeah. I mean, they may have made some strides in terms of replacing their government, you know, and maybe the incoming mayor is going to have the sense to fire her. That's the cake woman, Rachel. Yeah, that's the one. She's been running that grift for years. So, we'll see. But of course, it would be Virgie Tovar in San Francisco, wouldn't it? All right, let's go on to Priscilla P, because I haven't caught up with this woman in a long time. Now, she's doing exactly what all lazy, greedy content creators do. And in lieu of new material from Alexandra Rodriguez, she dips into the vault and steals more of her content to, I don't know, make a point, make money, be cruel, be a nasty bitch, whatever. And let's hear what she had to say about this. This is reaction to Alexandra Rodriguez, date night and Mama's spa day. Now, is this a retro react or is this a new one? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is new. I'm not sure, but let's check it out.
Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to my channel.
Oh, good.
It is Friday here. It is 5 p.m. on Friday. I've had such a busy day, but I came home about 5 minutes ago, or maybe 10. Fed Sinatra and straight on.
Oh, it's new? Okay, thanks, T-Dub.
To react for you guys, because
All right, so I stand corrected. This is not one from the vault. This is apparently new. But I guess I got confused because I was looking at her other video titles and I saw that she was doing some retro reacts as well. So I guess this is a new one. So lucky us. Let's go.
No, you can't wait till I react to every time she brings a new one out. I didn't want to have you guys wait for long. So this is only a 20-minute one. This bitch is already annoying me with her face. Date night and Mama Spa Day.
And I chose this one because it was the shortest one, and there's only so much of this bitch that I can take. Let's continue.
You see, because she has such a fucking hard life with her son, Mama Spa, she thinks because she's an actual mum that she's doing everything that normal mothers do, and she's not. Most people work, and they come home and have to prepare dinner, have to clean, have to do this, have to do laundry. She does none of that. She does none of that bullshit. So she's giving...
YouTube is her job, and we don't know what she does when she's off camera. Let's keep it straight. I don't think she vlogs every fucking second of her day. But okay, let's go on. You go off, sis.
Giving herself a fucking spa day. A spa day for what? For what? What are you having a spa day for? Because you ate too much all week?
Oh boy.
Fuck me, man. Oh, and date night. Sorry, but don't call it a date night, not when you're married. It's just a night out with your husband. It's not a date night. You're not boyfriend, girlfriend.
Oh, I see. So now we're nitpicking the term date night. Let me ask you guys something. All of you in chat who are married, if you're married and you're in chat, when you go out with your spouse, do you refer to it as date night? Yeah, exactly. Right. Maybe you're too ignorant to know this, Priscilla P. But yeah, we do call it that in America. Here we go. Here's Breeze. Wait. Yeah, that's a normal thing. Yes. Yes, it's date night. Look at Breeze. Married 10 whole ass years. Oh, and here's another country heard from, literally in Canada. Anna Nicole from Canada. They call it a date night after 20 plus years of being together. All right, so you're wrong again. Let's go.
Fucking loser.
Okay, this is where the rich folk go, huh?
Oh, God, she's annoying. Oh, God, I can't stand her.
Ready?
You know what? I've got a question. This is a question that I'm going to throw out to you, Priscilla P. And if you choose to respond, I would be happy to hear your answer. Why are you so fucking angry all the time? What is wrong with you? Seriously. I mean, I have days where, things aren't going so well. I'm frustrated. Something in the house breaks down. Maybe, dinner didn't turn out the way I expected. Something happens. Just one of those things that happens in life. I do not come on my channel and rant and rave at a complete stranger because something didn't go well for me. You seem to have a lot of bad days, if you don't mind my saying so. I have never seen you, not once, come on your channel with a positive attitude or say something funny or lighthearted or crack a joke or try and keep things a little bit light and try to be entertaining. You are just a constant geyser of nastiness, bile, and cruelty. Why are you so fucking angry all the time? Why? Maybe if your life is going that badly, maybe I would fix that instead of trying to vent and direct all your frustrations at an internet stranger. That would be my suggestion. And your audience is just as bad. We all know this.
Because me and the hubs are going on a little day date. My mom is coming over.
Of course she is. Mummy to the rescue. Just wait one day when you don't have mummy, what you're going to do. She's going to fucking fall apart. She'll fall apart when she has no mummy to run to anymore.
Uh-huh.
She'll actually have to stand on her fucking 2 heifer feet.
You watch the baby.
Yeah, well, losing your mother is a terrible experience. Hello, Jen, member for 4 months. Welcome, welcome, and thank you so much for being a member for 4 months. Thank you. God damn it. That was my new bullhorn. That was to celebrate Jen being a member for 4 months. I'm sorry I'm not showing it, but like I said, I just didn't feel like getting, all gussied up for the camera. I will show you guys the bullhorn the next time I stream. But it is back. Due to popular demand, it is Elphaba green. You guys are going to love it, especially Anna. I know she loves the color green. So, let's continue.
Baby and spend some time with him, which she is obviously stoked for. Yar and I are going to go to Cheesecake Factory.
Of course you are. Of course you are. Keep eating. I want her to balloon until she's about to explode. Keep going, Alex. Keep going the way you're going.
A gift card for Christmas from my grandparents, so I'm super excited. I haven't been there in so long. I love me some Cheesecake Factory. I think I'm gonna try something different today though. Shockingly, I usually get the Buffalo Blasts. Those are like my favorite things there. I usually have enough to like take some home, heat them up in the air fryer, but like their menu is so huge, as everyone knows.
It sure is.
So I'm like kind of tempted to try something.
God, I really, 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 really miss the Cheesecake Factory. I haven't eaten there in ages and I love it. I'll admit it. And I miss it. And what Jarella said, I was extremely close with my mother and she died in my teens. I did not fall apart. You can be independent and also close to your mom. Yeah, my mother died 8 years ago. There is not a day that goes by that I don't think about her. There's not a day that goes by that I don't miss her. And I wish she was here. There are things that I would love to be able to talk over with her. And losing your mother is a terrible, terrible blow. And you carry it with you for the rest of your life. And I don't understand why a grown woman being close to her mother is a negative. I don't get it. I think that we're seeing more projection here.
Different for some weird reason, because I'm a creature of habit. Like, I always tend to order the same things wherever I go, because I don't know, I feel like every time I branch out and try different things, I end up being disappointed. So please let me know if you are like that too. Like, I hardly ever branch out of my comfort zone at restaurants that I go to. So I did a really light makeup in my last vlog, and I liked the way it came out. So I'm just...
She calls it light makeup in her last vlog. She calls it light makeup. Is she fucking serious? She pancaked that shit on. That wasn't light makeup. Light makeup, my ass. Why is her face look so patchy?
God, imagine this woman, Priscilla. We've seen what her makeup looks like. We've seen those tarantula Trixie Mattel lashes. We've seen how she puts together her looks. And she's criticizing Alex Rodriguez's makeup, which I think is pretty understated. That is my opinion, compared to Priscilla P. But okay, another Tati Westbrook in a community to contend with.
Horrible.
I'm just gonna do like some...
I'll be honest with you guys, I was listening to her. I wasn't watching her. I was doing a text. Hang on, what did she just put on her face? Let me rewind it.
Different for some weird reason, because I'm a creature of habit. I usually have enough to like take some home for Christmas from my grandparents, so I'm super excited.
Oh, she's just putting it on really fast.
Cheesecake Factory.
So she's put it on really uneven. She cannot wait to get to that Cheesecake Factory.
I don't blame her.
That's why it's so patchy.
I think I'm going to try something different today, though. Shockingly, I usually get the Buffalo Blasts. Those are like my favorite things there. I usually have enough to like take some home, heat them up in the air fryer, but like their menu is so huge, as everyone knows.
Like you. Yeah.
So I'm like,
oh boy,
kind of tempted to try something different for some weird reason, because I'm a creature of habit. Like, I always tend to order the same things wherever I go, because I don't know, I feel like every time I branch out and try different things, I end up being disappointed. So please let me know if you are like that too. Like,
yeah, fucking blue lips, look at them.
I hardly ever branch out of...
By the way, can I just mention that I think it is utterly disgusting that that there are people out there who are watching Keeping It Cute, and who I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to assume that they don't know that Keeping It Cute encourages her audience to call CPS on Alex, that Keeping It Cute has made some absolutely ghastly and disgusting comments about Alex's baby, about Alex using her baby as a magnet for pedophiles, as bait for pedophiles. They don't understand that beneath that veneer of stoned, rode hard, and put up wet, she is a really sick and evil woman underneath it all. And, you know, I've been thinking about it a lot because I watched her last live and her kid was in it. And I had said that I had real misgivings about putting her kid on my channel. I know he's an adult and I get it. And I know that he has chosen to appear in videos with his mother. And the more that I see of this kid, the more heavily I side-eye him. And I'm going back and forth about whether or not to put up a live where he is featured. I think in my heart, I feel that it's wrong. I think that it's, I shouldn't do it. You know, just because she makes a bad decision doesn't mean that I have to. But I'm telling you, there's something going on with this kid, and I'm not trying to act like these crazy bitches now. He was the one who introduced his mother to Girl World and, you know, others. And I think that he's the one who really gets her gassed up to go after these women. And if he is sort of the driving force behind his mother's cruelty and insanity, then the kid deserves to be called out. If he wants to be part of the show, if he wants to step into the octagon, I'm sorry, but he is going to be criticized along with his mother. Let's go.
My comfort zone at restaurants that I go to.
Oh, look at that sharp line there.
So I did a really light makeup in my last vlog.
Oh, yeah. Sure, Jen.
I liked the
Light. It could cover the whole of New York City with the paint, but it's light.
way it came out. So I'm just going to do like...
Look at...
Oh, by the way, speaking of New York City, so this is a total aside. You're going to have to put up with my tangent for a minute. Somehow on Facebook, I ended up in an algorithm where I am getting tons of those shorts that they do on Facebook from real estate agents in New York who are showing apartments that are available for rent here and there in the city. I don't know if you've ever seen those, but among them are apartments that are being labeled as the smallest apartment in Brooklyn, the smallest apartment in the Upper West Side, the smallest apartment here. And I look at these apartments and I look at these studio apartments that are going for $2,000 plus a month that are smaller than my college dorm room. I mean, they are so small that I don't know. I mean, I guess you could fit a sleeper sofa and maybe a card table. Maybe a very, very small desk. You'd have to have a lot of furniture that doubles as something else when it's not in use for its primary purpose. And I think to myself, you have to want to really live in New York badly to be able to justify spending that kind of money to live in a tiny, tiny, tiny cracker box at the top of a walk-up overlooking a brick wall, and that's your view. You know, and I'm equally fascinated by those tiny apartments in Japan and in Hong Kong. I just don't know how people do it. I don't get it. You know, and the big selling point is private bathroom. Okay, so you don't have to share a bathroom, so you're not living in a hostel. Well, that's cute. I just can't imagine. I can't. And the apartments in New York are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And I look at these videos and they make me claustrophobic. I can't even imagine.
Patchy, can you guys see that? It's stuck in beautiful English. It's stuck to her dry bits like there, here. It's stuck to there, and she's got like gap there. It's very, very unevenly done.
Nobody cares.
Of my
Fast forward this bitch.
SPF Flex from Color Science in medium because my face is not as tan as my body from my self tanner. And then I'm throwing in a little brow gel, and I think I'm just gonna do like blush and mascara just because like it's a simple little lunch date, and then we might like peruse around the mall for a little bit as well. So it's gonna be a fun little day afternoon. Yara and I've been trying to like still go on some dates, you know, and keep the spark alive as new parents.
Oh, go and fuck yourself. Keep the spark alive as new parents. Seriously, she's given her whole personality, not that she had much of one anyway, but she's made being a mother her whole personality.
And
it's so fucking sad. I was watching Tara's video, Country Shade Tree, the other day.
Oh,
and she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not just a mother. I'm a friend. I'm a wife.
Oh, blah, blah, blah.
You know, a confidant. I'm a sister. I'm a this. I'm a that." She said, "I'm not just a mum."
You know that there are people online who make their sexual preferences an entire personality, or their race an entire personality, or, you know, pick some other thing, and they make it their entire personality. I think that a new mom who's still, you know, getting into the rhythm of being a new mother, turning that into her personality, there are worse personalities. How about that? That's how I can put it. There are worse things to pick as a quote-unquote personality. At least, you know, the mom personality is very sweet and very wholesome, and why anybody would criticize that, I don't understand. And as far as that country tree shade tree goes, wow, so she's all of those things. Isn't that amazing? Congratulations. Absolutely congratulations. All women who, whether they do or don't have children, are multiple things. They have careers, maybe they don't, maybe they're stay-at-home moms, maybe they work from home, maybe they work out of an office, work for somebody else, have their own business. You know, we can be many things at once, but we don't have to announce that as an entire fucking personality. All right? When I was still working in TV, I was very proud of being a journalist, but I was more than that. I was a music fan. I was a dog mom. I had a lot of friends in DC and around the world. I still do. But you don't have to announce that, and anybody who would announce that, oh, I'm a sister, I'm a cousin, I'm this, I'm that, why do you have the need to announce that? I think that all of us are multidimensional, don't you? That seems to me to be something that a very thin-skinned, insecure person would feel compelled to announce.
This bitch has made herself about being just a mum. She thinks that being just a mum is the be-all and end-all of existence. She's the worst fucking mum ever.
Oh, is she?
Letting her son prop the bottle up and feed himself.
You mean she's a worse mom than Keeping It Cute, who chose drugs over her kids? She's a worse mom than Keeping It Cute. Well, I disagree. If you want to see really bad moms on social media, believe me, there's no shortage of them. You can start with the family channels and expand outwards. I can give you plenty of examples of terrible mothers, and Alex is not one of them.
At 3 months old. And this bitch wants to give herself a mama spa day because she's such a good mama.
That was one of the things like so many people recommended to us is like going out and spending time alone together as much as you can. My mom like loves to watch Anderson, so I feel so comfortable, with her watching him, and it's a good time for them. And my mom and I are gonna hang out and chat a little bit, of course, before we go too. So it's so annoying how like I feel so much better when I have a little bit of a tan. It's like actually unfair. Like I can go light makeup and like not feel weird about it. I just feel better. All right, so I'm gonna finish my makeup. Just keep it.
And you don't want to scare the fuck out of people either.
What?
So best you do put your makeup on, heifer.
Well, and then I'll show you guys what I'm gonna wear. All right, guys, we are headed into lunch. Late lunch.
She looks cute. Look at how good her makeup looks.
Ferrari in a couple weeks. I can't wait for F1.
Thank God. I miss it too, and I miss actually being excited about
I
it.
haven't seen the past seasons.
Because I
even watch like
from the
you only watch Drive to Survive.
Shut up. From the moment Max stole Lewis's championship.
Oh, fuck you. And whoever
I'm a
Max
Ferrari
is.
girl. I gotta get some
Fucking
Ferrari
too.
merch.
Yeah.
Is it him and Leclerc?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good team. I must say. All right, we got some pretty good. I thought we had
She is so excited to get to this fucking cheesecake place.
Yeah.
You can see it in her face.
good parking, and we're like,
No, it's perfect. It's right there.
oh, we can go.
I'm guessing that there is no cheesecake factory in Australia. You don't know what you're missing. It's a lot of fun. It's a great place to go eat. And yeah, you have to have the cheesecake. It's delicious.
Go through the other side.
This is closed off. It's usually open and packed because
Yeah. I wonder if they're like redoing it or something. It's like all empty over here. Let's see if there's a long wait. It's Sunday at like 2 o'clock, so we'll see.
Surprise, surprise, I got my Buffalo Blast because I don't feel like being disappointed. Yar, on the other hand, got
chicken parm.
Now, Yarmans look nice, but there's too much. I'm not a fan of cheese.
No
at
one
all.
cares. No
That's
one
just-
cares.
I prefer that. Probably with less than more. Oh my God. I would prefer what he's eating with more. Hang on. What am I trying to say? No, I'm so tired, guys. Sorry. I'm so tired. Let me get my words right. I would prefer what he's eating with more than half of that cheese gone.
Okay, first of all, nobody cares. Second of all, nobody asked you. And third of all of the above. Rinse, lather, repeat. Nobody gives a shit. Fatso.
chicken parm pizza style. That is fun.
Across from the dough appears to be like a chicken and the pasta on top.
So it's just a big flattened piece of chicken with pasta on top. That's really cool. And I think they also said it's white sauce and red sauce. So fun, very fun. We will report back.
All right, Yara just went to go put our leftovers in the car, but we're in the mall because that's where the Cheesecake Factory is. So we're just gonna walk around, get our food moving to digest, and just walk around like old people.
You're looking around for dessert. That's what I reckon she's looking around for.
No. They're just walking around the fucking mall. You nasty, nasty woman. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? And it kills me that this woman, because we know what she looks like. We've seen pictures of her. It kills me that somebody like her would critique Alexandra's makeup when it looks so nice and fresh. Priscilla, those tarantula lashes are very unbecoming. They're incredibly unflattering and dated. They add years to your face. And if I were you, I would ditch them. They look horrible. Let's continue.
For like old people.
I officially cannot pass a Carter's without going inside. I want to get him a little Valentine's Day onesie. So let's go take a gander. I haven't looked in here since Christmas. Hope they have some. Oh, that's cute. It's kind of like corduroy. He's gonna look so cute and everything. Do they have any Valentine's Day? Do you see any? I'm kind of shocked. It's not like, maybe it's too soon. They have them everywhere else though. Hugs. Is that the only Valentine's Day?
Are you going to say anything or what?
Oh, I'm so surprised. Yeah, they put it in the back. Oh, they're very cute.
Hello, are you
There's
still
one.
there? Hello?
What else do they have? Like, of course, it just has to have like trucks on it to make it a boy's Valentine's Day outfit. Just a little pickup truck of love.
Yeah, you can't get a girl one. We all know you would love to get a girl outfit, but that's just not going to happen.
What?
Not now, anyway.
Actually, that's kind of cute. A pickup truck of love. Oh, my first Valentine's Day. They don't have his size. All right, you guys, we're driving home. Yar, what did you think about your meal? Because that was the first time you've tried that.
I wasn't the biggest fan of it because it was a chicken parmesan pizza.
Did you mean to get that?
No, I did, but like I really wanted like just a regular chicken parm, but I couldn't find it in the menu. So I just settled with the chicken parm pizza, and like I felt like the sauce was like pizza sauce and not like chicken parm sauce. If that makes sense.
Okay.
And the cheese was just like pizza cheese and not chicken parm cheese.
Oh, because they called it a pizza. That's why.
Well, that's because, yeah, they. Oh my God, he's a bit thick, isn't he?
Right.
Wow, Yarn has put on weight, isn't he?
So, like,
Oh,
the
okay.
white sauce didn't really
He never used to have this bump happening here.
have much flavoring.
it just tasted like butter.
Like I thought it was gonna be an Alfredo sauce, and like Alfredo sauce has some sort of seasoning.
Yeah.
It just tasted a little bland.
Hi,
So,
Riri.
like, it reminded
Unless it's just his top, I don't know, but that's what it looks like.
me of like one of those like frozen pizza type things that like the sauces taste like that.
Okay.
I mean,
It was
it was meh.
yeah, it was meh.
So 5 out of 10.
My Buffalo Blasts were great.
Yeah, I bet it was heifer.
Here we go
And I bet she
again.
didn't show us what she had for dessert. Don't tell me she fucking walked out of that mall with not having dessert. My ass.
Yar and I have been singing.
Wow,
if
she's
you
really
remember
upset.
From Vlogmas, or post Vlogmas, when you were singing a Christmas song and he was singing the wrong words. Ring ding ding a ling doo. So you guys, it is. It's 7:30. Anderson's down for his first
Fucking
stretch of the
annoying
night,
bitch.
and we're about to get in bed. We're so tired. We've been home for a few hours now, even though it's like we got home and it felt like 8 o'clock, and like we just reheated our leftovers.
You know what? It's interesting that you say that, Moth Girl, because the impression that I get is that she hates other women unless she feels that she's better than them in some way. I don't believe that. I don't believe that she actually is fond of or respects that country tree shade woman. We all know what she looks like. We all know what her house looks like. We're well aware. I don't think that she likes or respects that Nella woman. You know, the Jesus-y lady who runs is it a daycare or whatever, while sitting around cursing like a sailor and being horrible to Alexandra Rodriguez for money on the internet. I just get that feeling. I noticed that they're all like women who have either had weight loss surgery or have had struggles with weight or similar issues. And it's obvious that they're still carrying a lot of incredibly pent-up insecurity that they then turn on Alexandra because apparently she's a weight loss surgery failure. Well, if she is, she's not the only one online. Trust me, I've seen tons of them. As a matter of fact, it would be easier to point out the success stories on YouTube because there's so few of them instead of pointing out all the failures. But let's continue.
From Cheesecake, and then watched a couple episodes of our show. We're watching You Would Do It Too.
I don't care.
They don't need to hear it.
No, I don't need to hear what you're fucking watching because I don't give a damn.
I want to know.
I just needed to say goodnight to them. But yeah, this week we've got garlicky fried chicken sandwiches. Never done that. It's all like new stuff. And then pork chops and apple rosemary pan sauce, but I subbed it for chicken instead, and that looks really good too. So it's fun. It's fun to like cook the HelloFresh with you guys. Honestly, got our meat. Oh, and we got a freebie this week. These bagels were a freebie this week.
You only love it because they fucking sponsor you. That's the only reason you love HelloFresh, and because you're too lazy, heifer, to go and actually get Whole Foods and cook it yourself.
I will say these bagels are absolutely phenomenal.
Well, here's the thing. I have my issues with HelloFresh. I have a lot of issues with HelloFresh, actually. It's overpriced. I'm sick of all these influencers advertising it and pushing it. I do think that it is a testament to how the millennials and the Zoomers were not taught how to cook from scratch. I think it's, like I said, it's very overpriced. You don't need to pay a service to cut up vegetables for you and measure out ingredients. It's much easier to go down to the store and do it yourself. And I get that it's good if you're super busy, and you really don't have time, and you have the money and the funds to be able to afford it. I think that in general, though, I think it's a huge ripoff. I would not advise anybody to subscribe to it, even though the meals are really, really good. They're very, very tasty, but it's just not worth it. And again, I'm just sick of seeing influencers constantly pushing it on their channels. It's annoying as shit.
But you don't eat bread. You don't eat a lot of bread, Alex, remember?
New York bagel shop style, and they freshly bake in minutes. They're so good. You know what's a foreign concept?
What's a foreign concept, darling?
You and my mom
Yes.
believed that there was no protein in bagels.
I didn't say that.
Didn't you think there was like only a little bit in?
Yeah.
Correct. My mom thought there was no protein in bagels. And
It's more carbs than anything.
Yeah, so
Fucking heifer. It's more carbs than anything. If you want protein, why don't you sit down and just have some chicken? Why does she try and get her protein from every other fucking source than an actual proper protein source, like chicken or steak, something like that? Instead, she
because she's looking for an excuse to eat bagels. Haven't we all done this? Yes, I know I have.
wants to get it from her chocolate.
And by the way, the other item that I am sick and tired of seeing influencers push, and I wish that they would stop it, is that Magic Spoon cereal. Have you guys seen that? There is a content creator, Anna, help me with the name. I can't remember her name now. She's that really, really cute content creator who does the anti-MLM content. She's very, very pretty. She's blonde. Anyway, I was really disappointed to see her advertising that Magic Spoon cereal. Apparently it's not that good. It's ridiculously overpriced. $10 for a box of cereal is preposterous. They now sell it at Walmart. It used to be that you could only buy it online. Now apparently retailers are carrying it. It's supposed to be like a high protein alternative and low sugar alternative to regular cereal. Sounds great on paper. Apparently it's not that tasty, but the worst thing about it is that it is insanely overpriced. $10 a fucking box. Are you kidding? Get out of here with that bullshit. And they're like HelloFresh. They've done this huge push to get influencers to advertise their product on their channels. And when I see somebody advertising it, I give them the hardcore side eye.
Chocolate milkshake in the morning. She wants to get it from her, whatever that drink is that she drinks when she thinks that she's doing.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I saw that video too. And I thought that it was really interesting that she was one of the only ones who was honest about how bad it was. And I think that's because she bought it herself. You know what? I'm going to go and look for the name of that influencer. Hang on, because it's driving me crazy. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Being the Hulk downstairs and doing her fucking gym thing. And she's taking the dog for a walk. She needs to have that core power. That's what it is. Why doesn't she just actually have protein instead of looking for stuff that has protein in it? Fucking dumb bitch.
I told them about the 10 grams of protein in a bagel.
Oh, wow. And you think that's good? What about the sugar in the bagel and the carbs? But no, you just look at the protein because...
It's, Hannah Alonso. That's who I was thinking of. When I saw her advertising Magic Spoon, I was really, really disappointed. Not because Magic Spoon is an MLM, but because Magic Spoon is a ripoff. And I thought that of all the companies that reached out to her to maybe do a sponsorship with her, that's one she would skip. But I really appreciated Swell Entertainment's video where she sampled all the flavors and said that they pretty much all sucked.
That you want to live in your fucking Delulu land. That's why.
But like most bagels that I've read have 10 grams of protein. I'm not saying it's a health food or anything.
Yeah, that's the one, T-Dub.
I don't think cream cheese has as much protein as you'd think.
Really?
I'm shocked there's even 10 grams in here.
Yeah.
Make a little breakfast sandwich on your bagel.
Protein shakes usually have 20 grams, 25 grams of protein.
10 grams in a
10
bagel.
grams in a bagel?
It's kind of shocking, really. It's kind of shocking, really.
No, you know what's shocking? This is what's shocking. See this here? After you've had gastric bypass? That's fucking shocking.
Priscilla, give me a fucking break. We've seen you in that skin-tight yellow dress, you know, that mirror pic that you took with the horde on one side that you blamed on your husband. Remember that picture? We've seen what you look like. We've also seen you in basically a fucking muumuu. You are in no position to talk. Stop it. And if I were you, I would stop wearing those skin-tight dresses because they are so unflattering. They show off every single bump that you have left over from your weight loss surgery. You are in no position to be criticizing anyone who has bumps, loose skin, or anything else.
This is all shocking. This is shocking. Your hump is shocking. That's what's shocking.
The more you know.
Tomorrow.
Hey, you guys, it is the next day. It is much later the next day. I did not really vlog today. It's 4:30. My mom and I hung out
Hey, wait.
today.
Priscilla, I think that you need to take a close look at Alex right now. Here's some advice. You see how fresh and pretty and natural her makeup is? You see how she's very glowy? You see how she's not wearing giant, hideous tarantula Trixie Mattel eyelashes. You see how she doesn't look like a fucking drag queen. You see how the makeup that she's wearing is age appropriate and makes her look healthy and fresh and pretty. Listen, Priscilla, you and I are no spring chickens. Is it okay if I say that? It doesn't matter if it isn't, because it happens to be true. I have a certain makeup look. I've been wearing it for years because I'm accustomed to it, because I'm an old, goth chick going back to the year one. And I make no apologies for it. But if there's one area where I draw the fucking line, it's false eyelashes. And it's not just because I can't put them on, all right? It's not just because they always lift. It's not because they look ridiculous. It's not because I don't want to look like a drag queen or I don't want to look like an old washed up showgirl. It's because false eyelashes, first of all, I don't think that they look good when they're that size. I think they look terrible on everybody. Because why would a woman want to look like a drag queen? That's point number one. And point number two is they're aging. They make you look older. There's certain makeup techniques that make you look older, and wearing those giant false eyelashes is definitely one of them. I would advise you, if you want to grow older and you want to look good, if you want to look like, like you're still trying to cosplay Priscilla Presley from the 1950s, then by all means go ahead. If that's your look, that's cool. But this girl looks great. She looks absolutely great. So let's continue.
She came over and we just hung out with the baby and played. And
The baby's got a name. His name's Anderson. You hung out with Anderson, not the baby.
And
Oh,
that was
God.
it. We watched when he went down for his nap. We watched
Yeah, and I'm sure you put food down your fat gullet.
some stand up. We watched the Wanda Sykes special from last year on Netflix. So funny. I
Exactly, Moth.
always think of her.
I don't care.
And I feel like it was peak comedy and rom-com.
Oh, fuck you.
ends from the 1900s, which is like
What a fucking boring video.
in 2000 could be 25. That is so weird. It's just so weird. I don't know. I feel like everything stops for me like when we started saying 2010, because it was no longer like 2008, 2009, 2010. It was like 2010. It was like this whole
Oh, well, the other thing too, the thing about Priscilla Presley that I think that we need to point out, because we're as mean as she is, but we're not going to put it in such a mean way. Priscilla Presley was one of the most beautiful women in the world at her peak. She was absolutely gorgeous. And the makeup look that she wore was very much in style and in fashion back then. The huge teased out hair and the eyelashes and all of that. That was a big thing back then, which was unfortunately revived in the middle of the 2010s when all the girlies decided to pick up drag makeup techniques and apply them to female faces, which ended up, I think, looking terrible. Especially if you get them out of like that editorial lighting setup and you see them in broad daylight. It is a nightmare, fucking nightmare, with the bronzer and the contouring and the lashes and the heavy lip liner and all that crap. It just looks like shit. I'm sorry. It doesn't look good on anybody. And the girlies were leaning into that look because the more products that they used on their faces, the more sponsored links they could put in their description boxes to sell you more product. If Alex Rodriguez decided to advertise the products that she wears what, maybe 5 products on her face. You look at Nikki Tutorials or Jaclyn Hill or, one of those, and they're wearing like 20 products on their face and they're all ridiculously expensive. So I didn't fall for the old okey doke. I didn't want to look like that. My skin is too pale to walk around with all that bronzer and all that other shit on my face. I would look ridiculous. And self-tan turns orange on me, so what's the point? But my point to Priscilla is you are in no position to be critiquing what somebody else looks like. I'm just saying.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, she's got issues. This bitch has got fucking some issues, in my opinion.
Why? What did I miss?
Serious issues.
What did I miss?
The shit that she has time to think about.
Different way of saying it. So that's my spiel. So yeah, it's been a chill day. Just
As opposed to what? As opposed to fucking what? When you're standing on your feet for 12 hours a day? It's a chill day. As opposed to what? Fucking hell.
just hanging out. I have been seeing so many people back into the Greek yogurt bagel game. Like,
Here we go. More no brain of her own, no mind of her own. She has to follow. I can't wait. What day is it today? Today's the 17th. Oh, 2 more days, thank God. And TikTok gets banned there. TikTok gets banned in America.
Yeah, apparently it's back. I don't know what the fuck is going on with TikTok. I find this all very mysterious. They were very grateful to Donald Trump in their "we're back" message. And I don't know what game he's playing. I don't get it. I mean, the reason that Congress moved to ban TikTok and the reason the Supreme Court ruled in favor of banning it was for national security reasons. So why he is so committed to bringing TikTok back, it doesn't make any sense to me. Before they've been sold to another owner, I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, he himself was the one who was leading the charge to ban TikTok in 2017, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh no, we have to bring TikTok back. Why? So did somebody not read you the national security memos regarding the huge security risks of TikTok and who owns it and why it's a risk? I guess not. I don't understand it. But anyway, TikTok is back, at least for the time being. We'll see who ends up buying it, if anyone. But let's continue.
Because of this bitch is why I want it to get banned. Because she lives, eats and
Daria.
breathes it. And she only gets ideas off it. She has no idea for herself at all. Nothing. Nada. Zip. So now she's following what food trend people are eating. Yogurt and bagels.
all us Weight Watcher folks have been into it. I feel like I learned that back when I
Oh,
was
don't you fucking even go to Weight Watchers. I wouldn't have those words coming out of your mouth, you lying, manipulating bitch.
doing that.
Oh,
But
boy.
I remember for a hot minute I was into the Greek yogurt bagel grind, and it's getting popular again, and now it makes me
I
wanna
don't know
make
what she's
them.
talking
Yeah,
about.
of course it does make you want to make them because you have no fucking brain cell of your own. You've got to copy what everyone else does.
Speaking, I think this was
Since when is following a social media trend a problem? I'm not quite understanding. You know, Priscilla, when was the last time you made original content on your channel? All of your content involves going onto this woman's channel or Amber Lynn or somebody else and criticizing them. That is your content. So how are you setting the world on fire? Where's your original content? Where is it? Where are your vlogs? Where are your travel vlogs? Where are recommendations for anything cultural or interesting? I've never heard you say a single interesting or helpful thing on any of your videos. Not once. And as far as those food trends are concerned, I dabbled in those food trends during lockdown. Remember the, was it Dalgona, the coffee that you would make? It was 1/3 cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of instant coffee, and 1/3 cup of milk, and you would whip it all up. Was it milk or water? Maybe it was water, of boiling water, and it would be like a whipped consistency. It was like drinking rocket fuel. That stuff was delicious. And then there was that famous dish where you did the pasta and then the cherry tomatoes and in the middle you would put a block of goat cheese or feta. It was feta cheese in the middle, and you would bake it, and it was fucking delicious. I've tried that, so sue me. Big fucking deal.
The vlog yesterday I was talking about the protein in the bagels. So if you want even more protein in your bagels, if you haven't seen it,
What sort of competition are you running for? What competition are you running for? A weightlifting competition? A bodybuilding competition that you have to eat all this fucking protein?
Oh my God.
So full of shit.
you literally just mix self-rising flour with Greek yogurt.
It's
Feta pasta,
self-raising.
yep.
Not self-rising. Self-raising flour.
And it makes
Rising. It's
delicious
rising.
bagels. So give it a whirl. Google it, look into it. Ever since I had tried to make those homemade cheddar jalapeno bagels, they were just not giving what I wanted them to give. So I don't know, maybe I'll try to make those again, but like make the Greek yogurt version. That could be kind of fun. They were very good. I do remember them being good. So anyway,
I don't know
got
what
something
she's
from
talking
Pepsi.
about.
Roll
Oh.
on Detoxify, like your eye. Caffeine and cucumber. It's a depuffing eye serum. God knows.
You know what else is depuffing? Not having so much of your, what is it called? Alani. That's depuffing. Not having so much soda
What?
is depuffing. And you know what else is? Your salt intake.
I could use this. It's
What an absolute shame, Stray Cat. That is a real problem. Her Elvis impersonator retired recently. Imagine that your claim to fame is brutalizing and dehumanizing a complete stranger on the internet and running a fan club for a fucking Elvis impersonator in Australia. Please, Australians, do not be offended that I said Australia in that tone of voice. I just think it's amazing. Maybe she ought to hop a plane and go over to Tupelo or Las Vegas, where you can't swing a cat without hitting an Elvis impersonator. She'd probably find another one to simp for. If there's such a shortage of them in Australia, I'm sure that there are more than enough of them who would be happy to have an 85-year-old Priscilla LARPer as the president of their fan club.
caffeine infused roll-on massage serum. Depuff, cool, and
Oh, love, you need a lot more than that. You need a fucking miracle makeover is what you need. You need someone with a fucking magic wand to come and touch you.
hydrate. Oh, I could use this in the morning. Store it in the fridge for extra
You need to
cooling.
drink that shit. Not just use it in the morning if you want it to do something for you.
That sounds nice. Or these eye masks. Yes. Depuffing eye patches.
Did I see what Elon did? Yeah, it was not a Sieg Heil. He didn't throw a Nazi salute. I know what he was doing. It was a Roman salute. And I am not impressed by the people who have come out to criticize him, who have not said a fucking word about any of the demonstrations that have been clogging streets in big cities all over the Western world, threatening Jews for over a year. So they're very, very triggered by something that Elon Musk did, but they don't give a shit about anything that is happening to the Jewish community in the current year. So I'm not terribly concerned. I say not guilty. I pardon him.
Me these. I am.
Try and lose some fucking weight. That'll depuff your eyes. Try and lose some.
Oh,
my
thanks,
gosh.
Permanent Record.
That's
I was
actually
completely lost.
perfect. And I did pick up.
I had
a
no-
little
I had no
Valentine's
idea.
onesie for Anderson. So cute. Little love. And some Cat and Jack. So I think in a little bit I'm going to whip up one of our HelloFreshes for dinner. I don't know which one you are in the mood for. I'm kind of fine with any of them. I'll see you when we make dinner.
No, you're not going to see me while you're making dinner.
Okay,
I couldn't
let's
give a rat's
go.
ass. That's a lot of potato.
That's exactly my point, Grim. Exactly my point. Yep.
It is the next
Bunch of
day.
frauds.
Famous mashed
I'm very
potatoes.
excited because I am heading to get my massage soon. Yar got me a little mommy relaxation spa gift card.
And he's a fucking enabler. Seriously.
What?
He is such an enabler.
Is he?
But then again, she probably bought it herself and said that he bought it for her.
This really cool place that I've never been before, but like I always have seen ads for it and it looks like super pretty. So I'm excited. And we're gonna get a nice massage and just relax a little bit. I did put on those new Pixie eye patches. I've had them on now for like almost an hour. So let me look in the mirror and see how
Oh, yeah. Yep. Did absolutely fucking nothing. Absolutely nothing as I assumed they
we're
would do.
looking here. I probably should have showed you the before. Kind of just put them on.
No, but your rosacea is rosaceaing.
Actually, I feel like I'm like so much less puffy
God, get your fat face out of the camera. No one wants to see you that close.
under my eye.
Have we ever seen a picture of Priscilla P without makeup? Because she's always talking about how Alex lays it on with a trowel, but from what I've seen, Priscilla's makeup routine is very, 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 very heavy-handed. She wears a lot of matte foundation, and it's extremely obvious that she cakes it on. So I find it hilarious that she would presume to critique the way Alex applies her makeup. It's incredible.
Maybe it's a success. Oh my
No,
God, you guys.
it's not. You're delusional to think that it did anything. Try it under your chins, maybe it'll get rid of them.
This place is so fancy. Oh, he waved. Hello, sir. This place is so fancy.
Yeah, it's not for someone who takes selfies on a toilet. For trash can like yourself.
Oh my God, I had to go through a gate. It's in a hotel. It's at a sporting club and resort. And I had to go through a gate and talk to someone.
It's not for a heifer like you. Not for a heifer, no.
And then he gave me directions on how to get up there. And there's a code I have to punch in. It's quite bougie. There was like this huge, beautiful entrance. I'm like, okay, this is where the rich folk go, huh? And like they had my name on the list. Like it's very, very bougie here. It's definitely giving like I come here to ski. I feel like I'm in Vail or something.
Oh, fuck off, you annoying cunt.
Oh my goodness. Temper,
Here we go.
lady.
Okay, I'm at. Wow. They're very bougie. All right. He said there's a rotary. You can go left or right. He said you're gonna go right. Oh, here's the box. I gotta punch a code into the box. Oh, goodness gracious. It's very, very secure. Very secure. I hit the code. Why isn't it working? Hello? Oh, no.
How did I know she was going to fuck it up? How did I know? What a moron.
Okay, it worked. Okay, the gates are opening. That was quite alarming. I didn't hit the pound button first. Okay.
Reminder that Priscilla P thinks of Frenchie as a role model. I guess that she thinks that if she's as cruel and nasty as Frenchie, that she's going to make Frenchie's money. I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't think that there's that kind of money in the Alex Rodriguez hatosphere. And if you're going to be more like Frenchie, you've got to up your game. You've got to start a Discord where people go in, spill all their secrets that she then decides to use against you when she's doxing you on Twitter and dragging you because you go against her or you have some mild indiscretion or you do something that she doesn't approve of, which could basically be anything. Basically not praising her and telling her how wonderful she is 24 hours a day and agreeing with all the heinous shit that she does on her channels. So, Priscilla, you better get to stepping because you need to catch up. You're a long way behind. If you want to emulate your idol, you're going to have a lot of work to do.
Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my God, you guys are so beautiful. Like, hello. Look at this. Gorgeous.
Too fucking nice for you. That's for sure. Yep. Keep showing us your ugly feet and don't show us the place.
That too, Nietzsche. You're right.
There's nothing there that she'd... Oh, there you go. She'll have that bag. She'll take a couple of them home. Oh, that poor person has to fucking massage her hump on her back.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, no. Take them off. I mean, not take them off. Put them on, I meant. Oh, spare me. It's a beautiful place.
It is very beautiful.
Very nice place. Oh, gosh, she's so fucking irritating. Oh, that face. That fucking face.
Oh, lovely. I was there for 2 hours. I did my hour massage, then I did like 15 minutes in the jacuzzi, another maybe 10 or so in the sauna, and then I did a full shower. They give you like a razor, shaving cream, good shampoo and conditioner. Sorry, there's some behind me. And yeah, I took like a full shower, and I just feel totally relaxed and like...
You know, the thing that I can't get over when I'm watching these bitches, right, The thing that I absolutely cannot get over is how incredibly incandescently angry they get with this girl. And to actually have the unmitigated gall to say that they are online critiquing her because they want to catch her in all her lies and everything. I have not heard one example of them catching her in a so-called lie. All right. As a matter of fact, all they do is lie. They make up stories about her, that she didn't actually have a baby, that she used a surrogate, that she's using the baby as bait for pedophiles, that I have heard a nonstop stream of lies, vitriol, hatred, and what amounts to an insane level of jealousy about Alex's lifestyle, about her husband, about the baby, about having the mom in her life, about owning a fucking Tesla. I don't know, whatever. That's all I'm getting from it. I don't see anybody trying to keep someone accountable by hurling epithets at them, reminding her every 5 minutes that she's fat. I think that we're all aware of that. And generally being hateful and nasty and rude and making up lies about them. And from what I understand, I've never ventured to that corner of Reddit, but I understand that the Alexandra Rodriguez Reddit thread is an absolute cesspit of hatred, conspiracy theories, and bile. So I won't be visiting them anytime soon.
Rejuvenated and squeaky clean. I feel great. So thank you, babe. I'm so grateful. That was a very, very
Squeaky clean. That's what you usually feel like after you've had a bath and a shower, but I don't think you'd know too much about that.
nice gift.
Ugh, annoying fuckface. 13,000 views. 120 comments.
No, we're not going to read comments. I'm sorry. But when we get to the part of a video or a live stream where people are reading other people's comments, I know that they've run out of shit to say. It's just such lazy content. It is so, so unbelievably lazy. And I have no respect for anyone who makes content out of going through somebody else's comments section and commenting on all their comments. It's just ridiculous. So, all right, I've been here for an hour and 16 minutes, and I think that that's more than enough. So I am going to go now, and I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a stream about that Southport case because, God damn it, I mean, the amount of just the insane number of lies that we were told about this case, the way that, well, there were a lot of things that were done regarding this case that were absolutely unconscionable and unforgivable. So I'm going to be going through that material. I'll be back with that tomorrow. And I want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Every now and then I do one of these, and then I have to do something on a serious topic so that I don't start hating my channel again. I really don't want to have to do that, but listening to these bitches go on is just absolutely depressing and revolting. So I will see all of you guys the next time. Thanks again, you guys.